Hey, aloha, mi amigos. Luke chapter 17, verses 3 through 6 is a chunky little passage that talks about forgiveness and faith. It's all about forgiveness. It's all about faith. Let me read it to you. It says this: if your brother sins against you, confront him about it. And if he has a change of mind and heart, then forgive him, even if he wrongs you 7 times in a single day. If he turns back to you each time and says he's sorry and will change, you must forgive him. And his disciples said to him, we don't have enough faith for this. Help our faith to grow. And Jesus pointed to a nearby mulberry tree, and he said this: it's not like you need a huge amount of faith. If you had faith the size of a single tiny mustard seed, you could say to this huge tree, pull up your roots and replant yourself in the sea, and it would fly through the sky and do what you said. So even a little faith can accomplish the seemingly impossible. I love this. So Jesus is talking about faith and makes trees fly through the air, and the disciples are asking him about forgiveness, and Jesus is telling them, if somebody offends you, you need to forgive them. If a brother or sister forgives you, if a fellow believer offends you, forgive them. And if they do it again, forgive them again. And again, forgive them again. Get in the habit of forgiveness. And forgiveness is not our natural reaction. It's not the easy reaction. We want revenge. If somebody hurts us, we want to hurt them back. And we start devising ways in our mind to do that. But Jesus says, forgive. Now, I think it's real interesting. It's in the context of a conversation about forgiveness that Jesus' friends ask him about faith. Okay, and it's not faith to do huge dramatic things like we want to go out here and we want to raise the dead. It's faith to do something that we've got to do on a daily basis. Faith to forgive. It's a simple faith, just to trust God enough to let go instead of keeping score. When we want revenge, we want revenge, but we're essentially playing God. We're essentially doing something that only He can do. Vengeance is God's. So faith is realizing that He is God's, and we're trusting Him to do His job. We are giving Him the room to be who He is, and we're not trying to do it anymore. So the question of faith, according to Jesus, is not how much you have, but how you're using it. Jesus compared faith to a seed. It's something that grows. We use it, it grows. We use it, it grows a little more. And the disciples are praying, give us faith. Okay, Jesus is like, you got to forgive. The disciples are like, we don't have the faith to do that. Help us trust you enough to let go. Help us trust you enough not to want revenge. And forgiveness and faith are connected, okay? And a lot of times we quote both parts of this passage. We quote the forgiveness part, we quote the great faith and moving the tree, and that part, but we don't put it together. We don't realize that it is connected. In this context, it's connected. And forgiveness and faith together open up things in our life. When we have the faith to forgive, it moves obstacles in our life. It moves relationship obstacles. We got relationships that are crumbling. We got relationships that need some serious help. And we need to have the faith to forgive. And that starts the ball rolling, okay? And it removes those obstacles. We need to realize we've got to have the faith that moves mountains of unforgiveness. We've got to trust God more than we want revenge. And when we do that, when we have the faith to forgive, when we have the faith to forgive others, we're going to see obstacles move in our life. We're going to see obstacles move in our relationships. We're going to see trees uprooted, the things that have been in our life for a long time, uprooted and thrown away, and good things are going to happen. So God bless you guys. Walk in the faith to forgive today and see how that affects everything. God bless you. And all the saints said, giddy up!